A rider spent $1,800 on a single upgrade. 40 grams lighter. He couldn't feel a single difference. That's not an exception. That's most of cycling. Somewhere in your garage, there's probably an upgrade you bought, used twice, and quietly stopped thinking about. Today, 10 of those upgrades, the ones riders buy again and again, and the reasons almost none of them deliver what they promise, including the $1,800 one. I'll make a prediction. At least one item on this list is sitting in your garage right now. Which one have you bought? Drop the number below. In 2010, a British cycling team built its entire strategy around marginal gains, improving everything by 1%, because at the highest level of competition, 1% was the difference between gold and nothing. It worked. They dominated for years. The idea spread fast. Bike brands, component makers, and cycling media all adopted the same language. Every product launch became about percentages, watts, and grams, numbers that mattered enormously at a finish line decided by inches. Most riders don't race. Most rides aren't decided by inches. But the language didn't change based on who was listening. A recreational rider scrolling through reviews sees the same marginal gains framing a professional team uses, and assumes it applies to them too. The context disappears. The number stays. Reviewers needed new products to review. Brands needed new products to sell. Riders needed a reason to believe their current setup wasn't enough. All three needs pointed in the same direction. Here's where this gets specific. The first 5 upgrades on this list work exactly as advertised. That's what makes them so dangerous, sold to the wrong audience, with the wrong framing, for reasons that have nothing to do with how most people actually ride. If you've ever bought something because a number on a spec sheet looked impressive, subscribe now, because the next part names exactly which upgrades that number convinced you to buy. Number 1. Ceramic bearings. They reduce friction by a measurable amount, in laboratory testing, under conditions no recreational ride ever replicates. On an actual road, with actual dirt and actual weather, the difference disappears into noise. Number 2. Aero wheels for non-racers. The aerodynamic advantage exists at speeds most recreational riders rarely sustain for long. Below a certain threshold, the extra weight of aero wheels can cancel out the gain entirely. Number 3. Electronic shifting for casual riders. It shifts beautifully. It also adds charging and firmware updates to a system that solves a problem most casual riders never had with a simple cable setup. Number 4. Power meters without a training plan. A power meter without structured training is just an expensive number generator. The data means nothing without a system to act on it. Number 5. Ultra-lightweight everything. Shaving the last few hundred grams off an already light bike costs disproportionately more money for a difference that's nearly impossible to feel while actually pedaling. This is the $1,800 upgrade from the start of this video. 5 upgrades. 1 pattern. Each works exactly as advertised, under conditions most riders will never create. But here's the uncomfortable part. The next 5 aren't about marginal gains at all. They're about something riders buy for an entirely different reason, and the reason might be harder to admit than any of these. Number 6. Matching color-coordinated components. Anodized bolts, colored cable housing, branded valve caps. None of it changes how the bike rides. All of it changes how the bike looks in photos. Number 7. Top-tier cycling apparel for occasional riders. Premium fabric technology solves problems that mostly appear on rides longer than most casual cyclists ever do. For an hour on a Saturday, a cheaper jersey performs identically. Number 8. GPS computers with features nobody uses. Navigation, structured workouts, performance analytics, connected apps. Most riders use one function, and paid for 10. Number 9. Tubeless conversions without the maintenance. Tubeless can be genuinely better. It also requires regular sealant top-ups and occasional mess that many riders quietly stop doing, leaving them with a setup worse than the tube they replaced. Number 10. A second bike for variety. Often ridden a handful of times a year, while insurance, storage, and maintenance costs continue regardless. 10 upgrades. 2 different patterns. The first 5 chase a number that doesn't apply to how you ride. The last 5 chase a feeling that fades faster than the price tag does. So what's actually worth spending on? Comfort that you feel on every single ride, a properly fitted saddle, correctly sized shoes, a bike fit session. These aren't exciting upgrades. They're the ones that change how riding feels every time you do it, not just on a spec sheet. The upgrades that work aren't the ones that make your bike faster on paper. They're the ones that make you want to ride it again tomorrow. That $1,800 upgrade from the start of this video wasn't a bad purchase. It was just answering a question nobody was asking. The real question was never how much faster. It was how much longer will you want to ride? Comment which number on this list is sitting in your garage right now.